Our first question, please. What are your mission here? Why are you here?
I am here for the EU Study Week in Krasnodar. We organize these study weeks all over Russia. They are intended to bring together students who are interested to learn more about the European Union and EU-Russia relations. And we're very happy that we do this not only in Moscow but throughout Russia to try to ensure that people outside Moscow know a little bit about the European Union and what we are and what we can do together with Russia.
Great. What is the European Union instruments for the democracy and human rights?
The European Instrument for Democracy and Human Rights is a funding program under which we support with financial assistance non-governmental organizations and other members of civil society who are active in the field of the promotion of human rights and democracy. Concretely, this means that every year in Russia, as indeed in most other countries in the world, we publish a call for proposals so that organizations can submit to us their ideas for working to defend human rights and democracy in Russia. For example, we have funded programs to support election monitoring, to support freedom of expression, to support journalists who have difficulty in asserting the right to freedom of expression, as well as minority organizations like those defending members of lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender minorities.
Thank you. What are the most important programs of European Union in education sector?
In the education sector, we are active mostly in the higher education field. We have a program called Erasmus Mundus, which funds exchanges between students in the European Union and Russia. We also have a program called Tempus, which allows teachers in universities to submit cooperation projects for funding from us. We also have the framework program for research and development, under which researchers from Russia and from the countries of the European Union are able to submit joint projects for funding areas of research and development by the European Union.
Thank you. It is interesting to know about your nearest plan in the sphere of partnership and cooperation between the European Union and Russia.
Well, we are at the moment negotiating a new agreement with Russia to replace the one which was originally signed in 1994 and has now become somewhat out of date. We want that new agreement to cover the whole range of cooperation with Russia, from political and foreign policy issues through trade and investment issues, including our exchanges in the field of energy, which is very important, through also cooperation in the area of justice, freedom and security, which means concretely provisions regarding visas, and also cooperation in the field of research, education and culture. We hope that that will be ready soon. At the moment, negotiations are going on, but it would be difficult to give a date when we expect that to be finished.
Okay, and the last question, please. What is the most realistic sector of our cooperation, the most successful, for example?
Well, the most successful is probably the cooperation that we have had, which you already asked me about, in the field of education and cooperation in the field of research and development, where Russia is the most important third country participant in our cooperation programs. But I would go on to say that recently we launched, thanks to President Medvedev, President Van Rompuy and President Barroso, a EU-Russia Partnership for Modernization. And that Partnership for Modernization supports concrete projects to help with the modernization of Russia That means improving the investment climate, which will mean that more companies from the European Union will take advantage of the opportunities to invest in Russia. Those opportunities will improve with Russia's membership of the World Trade Organization, the WTO, which we confidently expect to be finalized by the end of July. And I think that in all those areas we're able really to help grassroots cooperation between companies and cooperation between people between the European Union and Russia.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
You're very welcome.